Greetings everyone, so Fane Dance 98 back at it again with the next reaction. We're on the next 10 of the top suits ranked from worst to best. We are now in the 20s, so this is going to be quite the fun little grind here. We're on the final 20 suits, so it'll be fun. Just two more videos here, just two more videos. Let's see how things go as we get into things. And I must say, darling, as a super person myself, at least they're not using the capes too much, I must say. They're not using the capes too much, so that is fine by me, and not more. Their suits are very fine, darling, durable, and of course, flashy and dynamic, very iconic. Now let us see what the next part is. They have the capes by Galbati! Oh, this is no longer approved by Edna Mode. They are now a pox upon the super franchise. I must abolish them from the franchise. Oh.
Next up at number 20 is the OG, Gorenja. Now I know what you're going to say, that I put a lot of Showa era shows towards the bottom of this list, but yet I have Gorenja right here. And the reason is simple. These suits are absolutely iconic. Are they perfect? No, but they are absolutely iconic. So the show gets a lot of points for that.
Alright, I give you that, darling, I give you that. It is iconic, but still, the capes. Why the capes? And the eye colors, they block the visor.
That being said, we do have decent contrast here with the colors of the suit due to Aka Ranger having yellow on his chest and all the other Rangers having red. And even though I talk trash about females with earrings on their helmets, I find it acceptable for Peggy because hers are actually bombs that she throws and blows people up. So yeah, it tends to work here.
That is a fair adjustment, that is fair judgment. Okay, I give it to them. They are iconic and the capes serve purposes, I suppose, but still, I say no more capes. This is better.
Next up at number 19 is Zhouger. These suits actually feature the face of an animal emblazoned across the chest, which is something that's incredibly unique. We also have a jagged look to the edges of the boots and the gloves that looks almost like an animal chewed them up, and this is a really nice touch. I also find the helmets here very sleek and just nice looking in general, especially Amu's. And even though there's not a ton of contrast here, there are a few little details that make these suits pop.
Those are not capes, those are rings, so Edna Mode, give it a pass.
Such as the green eyes on Zhuo Eagle or the pink eyes on Amu's helmet. This show really leaned into the animal theme, and there's a light blue ranger, which I'm a big fan of.
Okay, oh my god, what is that one? Oh, well, anyway, that is a fair assessment, darling. I tell you, this is good super suits now, but the previous one I have reservations for.
Number 18 is Q Ranger. Now where do I even start with Q Ranger?
Oh no, he's got a cape. Why must they have the cape? Of course he has the cape, of course. At least the rest of the team don't have capes. There's no capes on the rest of them. I hope.
Has a ton of Rangers, and they all look fairly different from each other. The helmet designs on these Rangers feature some of the most complex and elaborate visors in the history of the franchise. We have stars on the chest. We have 2 Red Rangers. We have a female Green Ranger. We also have 2 Blue Rangers. We have a Pink Ranger with wings. And the list of things that make the show unique just goes on and on. The only helmet design that I'm not really a fan of would be Yellow's, but hey, that's probably a nitpick.
Okay, blue has the scarf, or purple he has trench coat. It's not cape, it's trench coat, there's difference.
Because these suits look pretty great, and they work very, very well with the theme of this show.
Okay, I give it to you.
Number 17 is Bioman. I love the digital look of these suits, and even though the show came out before my time, I have to imagine that when this show was new, kids probably thought that they looked incredibly futuristic. The helmets to me are quite reminiscent of a Metal Hero show, and we have some nice contrast overall with the white sections on the chest, thighs, and arms, and their boots and gloves are trimmed in silver, which is a really nice touch. It kind of ties them to the helmet and pulls the whole look together.
That is good. Okay, I give you a pass on this.
We have a nice digital look to the chest and belt, and the dark sections of the top of their helmet are indicative of their number within the squad. I also have to mention Peebo here, who I know is not a ranger, but he kind of looks like Sentai's answer to C-3PO, so I wanted to mention him. These suits were 1980s freshness.
Okay, that is iconic and retro. Okay, I give it a pass. As Edna mode, that's supposed to darling. I give it a pass.
Next up at number 16 is King Osier. These are easily the most armored base suits in the history of Sentai, and they also feature capes and various insects on their helmets.
Ah, but they are half capes, darling. Okay, I give them half judgment. I give them half judgment for being half capes. Oh.
They could use a bit more contrast, but despite that, I love the armored look, and when you combine that with the insect theme, they almost make me think of a Kamen Rider and Sentai hybrid, which is not a complaint at all. My favorite here is definitely Papillon, because I love purple, but I have to give a mention to Jeremy because his color contrast is incredible, and the black, white, and gold is just incredibly striking.
I no cap. He has my vote to be best of this cast.
Number 15 is Live Man. These suits just look classic, especially that of Red Falcon. We have symbols representing their respective animals on their chest, encased in a giant white V, and we also have white arms and white pants, and this contrasts very well from head to toe with their primary color. Our gloves and boots are also trimmed in a nice silver, which I really like, and ultimately these suits just look very classic.
Oh, finally, a team with no capes as well.
Next up at number 14 is Go Sager. Not a show that gets a ton of love, but these suits look great, man. The helmets look very dynamic, and we have a nice gold trim around the visor, along with some white lines and a golden crest on the forehead.
It's all about the contrast, darling, for when it comes to every super suit ever, you need a contrast. Like when I made the Incredible suits. It was bright red with some black lines and some perfectly placed yellow. That way you know the difference of contrast. Some of my finest work.
Gold would be continued throughout the suit, going around their neck, on the crest on their chest, their belts, and on their boots. Their pants are white, and for the females, their skirts are white too, but they're trimmed in their primary color, which looks really great in my opinion. We also have the classic-looking silver mouthpiece on the helmet, and despite the show getting so much hate over the years, I don't think it's because of the suits.
That is fair. Suits look soft. Super soft. Oh.
Next up at number 13 is U-Soldier. Probably the most aggressive looking dino helmets in the history of the franchise. They really leaned into the dinosaur knight theme. Like, these helmets actually look like they could take some damage in real life. Then we have the jagged look of their chest design that also looks very aggressive, along with some various gold sections on their forearms, belts, and boots. These suits are just tied together very nicely. We don't have lips featured on the mouthpieces of the helmets, although given the knight aesthetic, that probably wouldn't work too well. Even though this isn't a show I rave about too much, the suits are something I can't fault them for because they look really nice. I also have to mention the asymmetricality of one of their arms being silver. At first when I saw this show, I thought it was a bit of a strange choice, but it's grown on me over time and I really like it. It just gives the suits a little bit more contrast.
Okay, I give you that one, darling. That is good contrast. Good judgment on your part for that one. Here comes some good
Number
ones.
12 is Geki Ranger. This show is themed around big cats, and it definitely shows within the suit design. These suits are unique in that they don't feature belts, but they feature various spots and stripes along the sides of the suit as well as the helmet that really lean into the big cat aesthetic. They're just incredibly sleek, and they work really well with the nature of the show. And they kind of look like you could actually do some kung fu while wearing them, unencumbered by your costume.
But of course, they must be functional. Old Ranger, of course.
Number 11 is Oranger. These suits feature various geometrical shapes for the visors on the helmet, with the shapes themselves being representative of the Ranger's number on the team. We have quite a bit of gold on these suits, which I like, and a chest pattern that is very reminiscent of ancient Egypt. We also have gold belts and gold trim on our gloves and boots, and ultimately the color contrast is just very aesthetically pleasing. Add to that.
Agreed, darling. It is very nice, especially with the bangles and the braces and all that's into it, especially without the capes involved, darling.
That King Ranger, this guy is just straight up black and gold, with his visor being the kanji for king, and yeah, this dude just looks freaking incredible. This isn't a show that gets tons of love in the community, but in my opinion, the suits here look freaking awesome.
But of course, it is not going to be judged by me too harshly after all. They avoided the capes aesthetic. They avoided the capes. But for now, after I'll be ending. After Edna Mode has only so much time around here, darlings. Especially when I'm busy making all the super suits for all the returning supers. Now, if you don't mind, darlings, I must say, please like, subscribe, and please recommend the videos. Do not forget to spread the love of the Toku Rangers, even though some of them have gaps. But for now, please enjoy, as I will go on to see other suit-based videos and see what I can do for trying to think of improvements for the suit designs there. I will see you soon, darlings. Please like the video, please comment down below, and please subscribe. I'll be seeing you in the next Toku video about the super suits. Bye!